The Nigerian government has flagged off the construction of the Gateway Inland Dry Port project situated in Kajola, a Wekoro local government area of Ogun State, southwest Nigeria. The port is expected to generate 5,000 direct and 15,000 indirect jobs while also boosting local businesses. He made this announcement on Friday during the groundbreaking ceremony of the dry port in Kajola area of Wekoro local government area of Ogun State. The dry port is expected to be constructed to meet international standards and will be equipped with the latest digital systems for tracking, clearance, and cargo movement to ensure efficiency, transparency, and global competitiveness. This project is not merely about building infrastructure but about laying the foundation for a key logistic hub that will facilitate the movement of goods across Nigeria, creating over 5,000 direct jobs, 15,000 indirect jobs, and stimulating local businesses. Moreover, it will attract investment that will spur regional development benefiting Ogun State and beyond. No doubt, this project aligns seamlessly with the renewed hope agenda of the current administration as it is committed to creating an enabling environment that fosters innovation, economic growth, and infrastructural development. This initiative will undoubtedly help Ogun State become a more attractive destination for businesses and investors, reinforcing its collective aspirations for a prosperous Nigeria. In a recent visit to a logistic hub in Lagos, stakeholders observed firsthand the challenges business face due to congestion at traditional seaport, which result in longer transport times and increased costs. This experience highlights the urgent need for developing an inland dry port like the Gateway Inland Dry Port. Inland dry ports provide faster and more efficient alternatives for moving goods, ultimately benefiting our economy and reducing the burden on Nigeria's coastal seaports. The development of the inland dry port is a critical component of the broader strategy to position Nigeria as a leading player in the blue economy, and also noting that as the nation continues to diversify its economy, it is essential to create infrastructure that serves as key nodes in the supply chain, thereby reducing reliance on traditional seaports. While expressing the hope that the dry port would enhance the efficiency of the logistic network and contribute to the decongestion of Apapa and Tinkan port, thus improving Nigeria's trade competitiveness on the global stage. To ensure the success of the Gateway Inland Dry Port project and to avoid repeating the congestion challenges faced in Lagos port, the current government has directed the Nigerian Shippers Council to ensure that the port is developed as a state-of-the-art facility integrating advanced technology, leveraging ICT for seamless operations, and developing robust infrastructure that supports modern port processes. It is imperative that the Nigerian Shippers Council work closely with Ogun State government and the concessionaire to build a maritime ecosystem that is not only competitive but also a leader in innovation and technological advancement. Sustainability must also be at the core of the Ogun Dry Port Infrastructure Project. This inland dry port is expected to significantly contribute to achieving that goal by enhancing the efficiency of Ogun State logistic network, reducing greenhouse gas emissions associated with road transportation, and promoting environmentally sustainable practices in line with global standards. Having identified a location convenient for the Gateway Dry Port Inland Container Terminal, the facility stands out as a key enabler of industrial activities and manufacturing in Ogun State. It will on completion increase the ranking of Ogun State on the Ease of Doing Business Index. Due to the newly constructed Lagos-Ibadan railway line, containers destined for Ogun can be ferried to Kajola. Manufacturers in Ogun State will be able to bring in their raw materials without having to go through the hassle of going to Lagos Tinkan Port or Apapa Port to clear their containers, whilst dealing with the attendant demurrage costs that add to their overall cost of production. This port will reduce the vehicular trailer traffic on our roads, thus reducing the wear and tear and early maintenance on roads leading in and out of Lagos. With the Gateway Inland Dry Port project, Ogun State is solidifying its position as the foremost logistics and industrial hub in the country, bringing unparalleled advantage to businesses operating in Ogun State. The development of inland dry ports across the country was an initiative of the Nigerian Shippers Council. The inland dry ports are being promoted and facilitated on the basis of build, own, operate, and transfer under the Public-Private Partnership Agreement. The inland dry port, being an equivalent of a seaport located in the hinterlands, receives containers by rail or road from the seaport for examination and clearance by customs and other authorized agencies. It has all the loading and offloading equipment needed to handle the containers. Typically, an inland dry port brings shipping services to the doorstep of shippers assist in decongesting the seaport and make them more user-friendly, and provides the impetus to revive and modernize the railway as primary mode of long-distance haulage. Above all, it helps to reduce the overall cost of cargo to hinterland locations as well as landlocked countries. The Nigerian Shippers Council had also facilitated the development of 5 solicited and unsolicited inland dry ports in Ibadan, Oyo State, Dagbolu, Osun State, Onitsha, Anambra State, Lolo, Kebbi State, and Benin in Edo State. These inland dry ports are currently at different levels of completion. Recall that the idea behind the construction of a gateway inland dry port didn't start today. The idea was better to ease congestion in the Lagos, Tinkan, and Apapa port, and also open up Ogun State for more investments. At the time, it was noted that upon completion, the project would be known as Kajola or Papalanto Inland Dry Port because of the convergence of the standard gauge and the narrow gauge rail lines along the corridor, which runs through to Apapa, Lagos, thus initiating cargoes to be moved easily via the rail trunk from Apapa. The government of Ogun State at the time also maintained that the reason for the planned dry port at the location was because of its closeness to the Kajola Interchange Industrial City, which had fully emerged and keyed into the vision of the state government of creating an enabling environment for business development and making industrialists have a new lease of operation by removing traffic bottlenecks associated with access to raw materials and the evacuation of finished products. Stakeholders further noted that as Ogun State is known to be the gateway of all other states in the country, movement of goods and raw materials will be easy to convey from the axis in view of its strategic location with ready access to the national highway network. It can also be noted that the approval given to the Ogun State government by the federal government of Nigeria to develop a dry port followed its strategic identification in the state multimodal transportation master plan. Tracing the origin of the project, it could be noted that in 2021, the government of Ogun State decided to put together a strategic multimodal transportation master plan for Ogun State. This they did in conjunction with experts from the prestigious Olabisi Onabanjo University and the support from the United Kingdom Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office. The proposed site for the inland dry port was satisfactorily assessed to be proximate to both the Nigerian Railway Corporation narrow gauge and standard gauge railway lines. It is also strategically located with a flat landscape, and there are Lafarge and Dangote cement factories within its catchment area. With the Ogun Dry Port project coming on board, it is important to note that infrastructure development is critical to achieving human capital development. The economic impact that it has on nation building cannot be overemphasized. The growth of any country's economy hugely depends on the status of its society, which places serious limitations on human capital development. It is therefore commendable that Ogun State is looking at developing an inland dry port that will decongest Apapa and Tinkan port whilst creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive in the state. This project stands out as a win-win for the government of Nigeria as it will create jobs and employment whilst boosting the economy of the state. Please do well to drop your honest comment, tell us what you think, don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.